it's Marika here from Lake House Vlogs and welcome back to my channel. So for those of you who are new around these parts, as I said, my name is Marika and this is our very first year homeschooling. I have 4 children. I have a 10-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. And in today's video, I am going to give you a look at what I am using for a first grade curriculum. I have some other videos up on my channel if you would like to go and check them out about curriculum already. So I have a video up of the things that we're using for our kindergartner. I also, we do a lot of our subjects family style in our family. So I've got a history video you can check out, a geography studies video you can check out, and also a video of what kind of all of, brief overview of all of the things that we are doing. So I have 4 children, but 3 children I am actually homeschooling because my 2-year-old is not old enough yet. I have my oldest son is in grade 5, so he's nearly 11. And then my daughter she is 6 and she is in the 1st grade. And then my other son, he is 4 and he is in kindergarten. So this is our first year homeschooling. So my children were actually, my 2 older children were in school prior to being homeschooled. So so this video is about 1st grade. So for my daughter, I was lucky enough, I haven't had to teach her how to the basics of reading and writing. She was already taught that at school and she has quite a really great firm foundation in reading and writing. So let's just jump in and have a look at all of the resources that I use to teach 1st grade. So this is my daughter's 1st grade. These are all of the things that we use for her. I've just brought it all out and laid it out on the table for you, and let's just quickly go through this so this video is not too long. Okay, so this is what we do for our Bible studies. So we do Bible in our house, what I call family style. So the 3 children, even my toddler, will listen to all of these things. So I read aloud to my children from the Jesus Storybook Bible. That is an excellent one. That would actually be my favorite. We also do this one, Eyes That See and Ears That Hear, from Jennifer Toledo. This is another excellent book. We do that one. And then we are also reading from Theology. Now, each of my children have their own Bible. So this is my daughter. She has the Adventure Bible, which she really, really loves. And so she's learning how to use her Bible. So for instance, in Theology, I will just quickly show you, I will read them a section. So this one is God is all powerful, and then they have scripture references listed in the book. So what we will do, we will look up all of those scripture references and I will help my daughter. So she's learning the books of the Bible and how to find verses, and then she will actually be able to read them as well. And then she does have this is her Bible journal. So after we've done something from these books, then sometimes, not all the time, then we will do a Bible journal entry. So she will do some writing and she will paint some kind of picture. So that's really great. She really enjoys doing that. For mathematics, we use a program called Mathletics, and so I'll link that below for you. That is an online program, but they also have workbooks as well. So what I have just done, I've printed out all of the workbooks and I have them located in a file, and then I've just grabbed out this section and just clipped it together because the file was just too clumsy for her to keep getting in and out of her cupboard. So that just makes it easier. And there's sheets for a whole year. We don't do every single sheet because some of them we just don't do. So we'll just pick out some of them to do. And so far that has been really, really great. My older son does use a different online program, and I think I will switch to my daughter to that when she gets a bit older. But for the early stages of mathematics, Mathletics is working really, really great. And these are just some of the resources that we use when I am teaching her maths. So for counters, we just have this cute little jar of seashells. So she will use that as her counters. I just have bundles of pop sticks for her to use as well. We have a bag of Australian play money. We haven't got to money yet, but when we do, we have that. I also have this wooden clock that my kindergartner uses, but it is a moving hands puzzle, so moving hands clock, sorry. So we will use that for when we're teaching the time. And then for my kindergartner, I have these math flashcards. My daughter doesn't need the flashcards anymore, but they do just have these great cards in the front for counting by twos, counting by fives and tens, odds and even numbers, and etc. So that has been really great to use with her. And that's pretty much all of the math that's tricky to say. That's pretty much all the math, I still can't say it, manipulatives that we use. She is super clever and picks up math concepts really, really easily. So she's actually flying through these activities. So for language and literacy, we're using a couple of things. I do use an online program called Literacy Planet, which I'll show you in a minute, and we are using these things as well. So we are using the McGuffey readers, and she's actually powering through this, and we'll be on to the next one in no time. So this is an old school reader. This is available for free online because it's a public domain book, I think, so I will link that down below, but I've chosen to buy a copy, which I'm really glad that I did. So with this is where you would begin with the alphabet, and it has lessons. And so how you use a McGuffey is it has letters, it has words, so starting off with 3-letter words, and then simple sentences. So what you would do is you wouldn't move on to the next lesson until your child can do all of this. So if they need help the first time, then the next time you come to do it, you would do it again. And when they can master it themselves, then they move on to the next lesson. So Em, where is she up to? So when we turn to this lesson, she will read it all through first, and then we will use these as our spelling words. And so she will either write those words in her notebook, or we do have this wooden letter set. They are just uppercase. I just purchased this from my local Kmart. They are actually craft letters, but they're working fine for us. So she might spell them out using letters, or she might use this little chalkboard, and she will write them down on there. And then, so it has spelling in this lesson, and then it also has reading, and then I will do dictation with these sentences. I will then read them out aloud to her, and she will write them in her book. And so we just had this little notebook that I got from Kmart. And she will do her writing in there, and we do all sorts of different subjects in here. It's not just her literacy. So for example, this is a lesson that she has done. These are the spelling words, and then I've dictated these sentences and she's written them out. And so she really, really enjoys using that. We also have a reader too from The Good and the Beautiful. They have really great readers. Because I live in Australia, shipping is ridiculous, so I've purchased the PDF and then printed it off myself, and I've just done it in black and white to kind of keep my costs down. But she enjoys reading that as well. My daughter really, really loves to read. And then we also have this books here. I have a whole stack, but I only got a few out of the cupboards to show you. These books are just $2. I've seen them in Kmart, Big W and Target, and they are great first readers. So we have a whole collection. So what have I got here? I've got Snow White, Jack and the Beanstalk, Three Pigs, Rapunzel, and the Three Billy Goats Gruff. And then we've got Little Red Riding Hood, the Three Gingerbread Men, and some other ones. And so they are great, and she can read these. There are some tricky words that I help her with, but she's doing really, really great with her reading. So she'll read those as well. And then we get library books out of the library that she uses too. So lots of reading going on. And then I also have this handwriting from The Good and the Beautiful. Again, I just purchased the PDF and I have printed it off. We don't do this all the time. We just do it occasionally. I actually don't think that she needs to do handwriting lessons. As I said, she was at school before I homeschooled her, so she does know how to handwrite. This is just practice, but I mean, you don't have to practice when you're using the McGuffeys and you are writing out spelling words and writing dictation. That is handwriting. Or you can write, you know, she can copy the prose from the text. That would be a handwriting lesson. So we do have this, but she doesn't do it all the time. She enjoys doing it, so she'll often get it out because she wants to. But honestly, handwriting can be covered in all of your other subjects. Daughter will do a lesson from the McGuffeys, and then we do Literacy Planet. So this is a Literacy Planet. It's just literacyplanet.com. I will link it down below for you. And she will spend only probably 10 to 15 minutes on this. She enjoys doing it because it's a fun game. So this is just a map that she is working through, and they put in literacy exercises for her to do, and she can't move on to the next one until she's unlocked it. And so they'll have spelling games, they will do phonics, they will do reading, they will do spelling, they will do all sorts of games, and she really enjoys that. They do have another function where you can go and select the activities that you want them to do. So all the activities here, you can see we have phonics, sight words, spelling, comprehension and grammar. My son, who is working at an older level, also has writing there as well. And so if you click on these, they are drop down and they have all different sorts of activities, and she's got 3 levels there to work at. So it's quite comprehensive, and it's presented as a game format, and so she really enjoys that. So we will do McGuffeys, which will probably only take, you know, 10-15 minutes, and then she'll do 10-15 minutes of that each day, and that is plenty. We like to do short, sharp lessons in our house so the children don't get too bored, and it's totally achievable for them, and it is working for us. Okay, so that is language and literacy, and then for her like handicrafts, we are doing this at the moment. I'm not an overly crafty person, so I don't have a lot of crafting supplies, but I did find this embroidery kit in my local Big W, and I got that for her, and it just came with this instruction book, which is super helpful for me on the different stitchings and things like that, and then had a whole bunch of templates and the material that, and they just showed you how to do it. So she's doing that at the moment. I have drawn the pictures on for her and helping her with her stitches, and she's doing a really great job. She is really enjoying doing that. And then we do a lot of art notebooking as well. So for each of our lessons, we're doing a lot of that. So she does a lot of drawing and watercolor painting as well. So we have Bible, which we do family style, and then math, which is she does differently to my son. Her language and literacy she does different from my son, and my son doesn't do this. And then these subjects here are the things that we do family style, and I have got some videos up if you want to have a look in depth at these. So this is geography, and this is Charlotte Mason's elementary geography, and my daughter is really enjoying this. So again, I have another video on my channel. You can have a look at an in-depth look at that. So for geography, we use this, and then this is her map drills clipboard. Again, that's on that video if you want to have a closer look. Oh, sorry, these we are learning at the moment. We did the continents of the world, so she had some games and puzzles. Now we're on to learning the states of Australia, and then we've got Africa behind there and some more continents. And she is actually, she loves map drills. I really recommend using map drills for first graders. You will be surprised at how quickly they do learn the names of the continents and the states and the countries and things, and so she really loves that. So that is what we are using for geography. And history, I have a history video up as well that you can have a look at. For history, we do history family style, and we are doing the story of the world. Now, I am doing this with her because I do have an older son. Now, if I didn't have any older children, I wouldn't start this yet. She is enjoying it, but sometimes she just doesn't want to do it, where my son absolutely loves it. So I might, if I just had a first grader, I actually might wait till they're in second grade to really start doing that. But what I would do instead is just have books like this, and I would just read them to her. So this is, for instance, an Usborne book about mummies and pyramids. And this has all of the same kind of information that is in this story of the world, but she just found this a little bit more engaging at her level with the pictures and the lift the flaps. And so if I just had a single first grader, I would just pick out history books and maybe even geography books that are like this and teach history to them in that way. I do know that Usborne has some books titled like Long Ago and like Life in the Olden Days. I would just start using those books probably in first grade, and then head towards this probably for second grade. Now for science, we are doing nature studies, and we have this book, The Wonderland of Nature by Nurimas. This is a new edition, and this is really for Australian people. And this has been excellent. My daughter does enjoy this. This is a living book, and so it is told as a story. So so we have the cicada there, and so let me show you the ladybird. So we're learning about ladybirds. So it just has a chapter which is told as a story when the author and her children were in the garden looking at ladybugs. So we just read the chapter, and then it comes with really simple illustrations. And then we will read this, and then we will grab our notebooks, and we will do a notebooking page that goes along with that. So here we go. There's our ladybird one. She's drawn the life cycle of a ladybird. She's labelled it, and then she has painted it. So she really enjoys that activity for nature studies. And then I also have these as well, which is the same kind of deal. They're told as a story. So we have the Burgess Bird Book, we have the flower one, and we have the Burgess Animal Book for Children. These are from Living Book Press, and these are new out, and they do have sorry, this is really tricky one-handed. They do have colour illustrations in these books, so we will be reading from those. I haven't done a nature studies video yet. I will do one and give you a closer look. And we're also using the Good and the Beautiful's Nature Notebook as well. This is a really great start for nature notebooking. We do a couple of activities from here, and my daughter does enjoy using this as well. So there you have it. That is all the things that we are using for first grade here in the Lake House Homeschool. If you are looking at putting together a first grade curriculum, what I would recommend that you do is have your language program sorted, a math program sorted. We are Christians, so we really value our Bible program. They are definitely the 3 things that I would really concentrate and do those every day. And then these other subjects like geography, history, science, and handicrafts, they're all extra things that you can add in as they're ready. As I said, my daughter's not quite ready for this. She does do it sometimes and enjoys it, but you know, I would just get books out for history and also for geography as well. I've actually got a few books. Let me just grab them out and show you. I have these books from Osborne, which are really, really great. My very first Our World book, another Our World book, and a Lift the Flat picture atlas, and these are excellent. You could definitely use just this alone to study geography at the beginning of first grade. It just talks about our world. It will go through what it looks like in the different hemispheres. It goes through seasons and then through landforms. We've got deserts, rainforests, poles, mountains, and all those kind of things. And then this is just the next stage up from that one. But Osborne have really great books, and my children really like Osborne books, and so you could just use books like this to start off teaching about geography before moving into the other book. The Elementary Geography from Charlotte Mason is a good book to start. You definitely could start a first grader off doing that for sure, or you can just add these in as well, or do these alone would be fine. So thank you for watching my video. If you have any questions, please just leave a comment below, and all of those videos that I was talking about and any of the resources, I will link them down in the description box so that you can go and have a look at them yourself. Again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a big thumbs up. And I will see you next time. Bye.